Hello there, Atheist Junior here, your friend and humble narrator. Just a short video from me today because I really wanted to just put a spotlight on this because in this video from Kent, we have him recounting a story that he's told before that I consider to be not only obviously not true, but very racist from Kent. And uh, it was bad enough the first time he told it, but now that he's told it in the context of this is post um, the unfortunate death of a child at Dinosaur Adventureland from drowning. For him to post this is even worse. So I'm gonna let the clip play in full, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts afterwards.
Lord, help me. I remember I was lifeguard for 2 summers at the Salvation Army camp in north of Peoria, Illinois. They have this camp there. I hired for the summer to be lifeguard. I ended up getting lifeguard training and then water safety instructor so I could train lifeguards to be lifeguards. So I'm at the Salvation Army camp, and this one week they had a bunch of kids that were probably 7 to 10 years old. Okay, whole camp full of kids, and I'm out there teaching them how to do flips on the diving board and stuff like that. And this one kid did a nice flip off the diving board, and he's out there splashing around in the water, and he comes up to the top, splashing, smiling. He did a good flip, and went back down. He came up again. I said, Sammy, get out of there. The next kid wants to go. He smiled and went back down. One of the kids said, is that Sammy? He can't swim. What's he doing in the deep end? He came up the third time, smiling, looking around. I said, Sammy, are you drowning? I jumped in and pulled him out. Um, Lord help. Look, he's waiting on you to call. If he'd have called, I'd have gone right first time. He didn't call. He didn't say nothing. Just smiled, looked around. He's proud of himself. He did a good flip. Okay. Are you doing that with God? You waiting? Would you call and ask him?
Okay, so first off, the first time that Kent said this story was way back in like before he got arrested, like in his early like seminar DVD days. The he says specifically that these were black kids, and um, like all of them, like the majority of them. And in my opinion, I found that to be a very racist reference to the stereotype that black people are unable to swim. And I also find uh, the smiling thing to also be a reference. I just found that to be something like it seemed to me that just that expression that Kent does, I found that to be also something just I found it just the whole thing seemed very racist. It's funny because in this version, you can almost hear if you go back and listen to it, you can hear Kent pause when he says, "So there was a bunch of kids there. There's a bunch of kids there from the Salvation Army." And there he pauses, and to me, it sounded like he was going to say that they were African American, but didn't. I don't know. Maybe Kent has some better sense this time. Apparently not, because okay, there's so many things wrong here. There's a lot to unpack. So where to even start? Okay, first off, this story is obviously BS. First thing the story that Kent was not only a lifeguard but somebody who trained lifeguards to be lifeguards is BS because I if either you're lying or if that's true, the fact that you, as somebody who has that much experience, didn't even have any lifeguards posted when the incident happened, because there were no lifeguards, and you don't have lifeguards posted at DAL, just betrays that you either are lying or are incompetent at pool and lake safety, which clearly you were, because the responsibility falls on you, Kent, in this situation. Um, you know, second of all, this kid, according to Kent, cannot swim, and yet he is not only willing to get onto the diving board, but is apparently was able to do a flip correctly into the water. yet he can't swim. Okay, I'm calling bullshit on that, Kent. And then the really sort of reprehensible part of it is that Kent, who supposedly is not only a lifeguard, but somebody who I trained lifeguards to be lifeguards. I trained Hovins to be Hovins. Um, didn't recognize. First off, doesn't know of his kids there, which who can swim and who can't swim. Which obviously you should ask that to each kid before you let any of them into the pool. Obviously, that should be a prerequisite. I think that's kind of common sense. Second, the kid comes up and can't seem to recognize, based on the fact that he went back down under the water the first time, that something was wrong, nor the second time, because he says, "Hey, get out of there. It's the other kid's turn to dive." It's not Kent, but it's the other child who not only knew that the kid couldn't swim, that Sammy couldn't swim, but seems to recognize the fact that the kid can't swim and is in trouble before Kent, the supposed lifeguard trainer. So the kid goes under the water 3 times, and at the third time that the kid bobs his head out of the water, instead of simply running to go get Sammy out of the water, he says, "Sammy, are you drowning?" You don't you don't ask somebody if they're drowning. You just go save them. You don't ask. That betrays that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Either he's straight up lying, which I just think he is straight up lying. Like, if Kent said that he worked as a lifeguard one summer at the public pool, I could believe that. But he can't do that. He has to be the best at everything. He has to be the smartest guy in the room. He can't just be a doctor with one PhD. He has to have four. You know what I mean? He has to just excel at everything he does, even though he's obviously lying. Um, and it's just reprehensible in so many ways. And for him to just the lack of self-awareness, the tone deafness of him telling this story with an image of some child drowning, apparently, after the tragedy of the loss of Stephen Alexander's life, a 7-year-old child at Dinosaur Adventureland. For you to tell this story, Kent, fuck you, Kent. Seriously, dude. All right, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys might want to see shorter videos like this in the future, because I know not all of y'all have the stomach to watch a whole Ken Hovind stream. So let me know if these maybe shorter videos might be something fun. So, all right, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.